guys, happy Sunday and welcome to another episode of Mike's Laboratory. Today we're going to talk about AI a little bit, and I guess we're going to call this a random ramble, since I'm going to start with that and see where it takes me. Okay, first of all, let's go with some of the negative things, I guess. I had several people over the past few months tell me that AI is horrible in the groups and in person with other people that I know outside of Facebook, and that it's this really bad thing that's going to cause all kinds of problems and destroy creativity. And to that I say, give me a freaking break. AI is a tool, okay? It's never going to replace human creativity, but it is a great aid for those who are not artistically inclined, and it's also can really help those who are. I mean, come on. It's a tool, nothing more. It's only good or bad depending on who's using it and what they're using it for. All that being said, as far as using it to animate pictures and stuff of our figures, like I've been doing myself for a while now and seeing a lot of other people doing it just recently, I think it's pretty cool. You can get your Joe to drive the ATV, you can get him to shoot a gun, you can get him to fight an animal, you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. It's all in the prompt that you write. And you can get really fancy with these prompts and come up with some really great looking video scenes. And I think it's well worth it. Hell, doing this right and doing it, how do you put it, doing along in a video, hell, you could make a whole G.I. Joe movie that way. That's something to think about. That would be pretty cool, I think. As far as the bad uses for it, using it to plagiarize other people's work and copy their voices to try and make them say things that they didn't really say. Yeah, these are all the bad sides of it, but like I said, like anything else, it's either good or bad. When I look at things like AI and other things that people are doing with the 1/6 scale hobby, and by that I'm including everybody who's doing 3D printing, guys like me who flock and fix, guys who create videos and stories like Jeff Scherer or Angelo Danabel and his comics, various other people who are doing all kinds of cool things. They're all enhancing the hobby. And that relates back to something I said about a year and a half ago. I think it was my first appearance on Paul and App's show, where I was asked, where do I think the hobby is going to be? Where is it going? And I was pretty negative because at that time I didn't think that, it was going to last beyond guys my age and older. And the very few of us who are a little bit younger who kind of cut their teeth on muscle body Joes as kids. But these new advances are going to attract younger people into the hobby to do more things with 1/6 scale figures. And I think that's a good thing. And we shouldn't jump to conclusions about how this is going to work out. And all that being said, I encourage all of you to give AI picture generation and stuff a try. It is a lot of work in a different way than like taking pictures. You got to create a good prompt with a lot of detail, precisely what you want to be in the picture or video, and that's work. It takes a while to get it exactly right, to get it how you want it. So I don't think it should be denigrated as not actually being anything worthwhile or anything that's not really any kind of work. So all that being said, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. And I said I encourage you to try it. The online generator I'm using is called Hailu AI. I'll drop a link to that site in the comments. You can make a free account where you can do 3 videos a day with a long wait time. And you can also get a paid account with more features and stuff. I haven't really investigated that yet, but I think I'm going to do that because I think that these videos would be a good way and a much better way, an easier way than stop motion animation to make, an adventure movie or an adventure video with G.I. Joe. So all that being said, I think this is a good thing, and have fun with it if you're going to give it a try. Now, for example of how cool it can be, This is the exact crack in a short video I posted in my group just a little while ago. Yeah, he's a toy. He don't look all that great. He is pretty good size for G.I. Joe, though. For as far as Joe is concerned, this crack is probably 15 feet long. But anyway, check the video and compare it to how he looks right here. It made for a good picture that I animated, but this crack looks a lot better when he's animated and splashing through the water. Same goes for stuff like this. Take a look at this. This is a Independence Day figure from the movie, and yeah, it's pretty much, he's good size to battle with Joe. But with all these tentacles and stuff, he does this too. Pretty cool. You see a little alien inside there. If you've seen the movie, you know what that's all about. But anyhow, he doesn't have a ton of articulation, but making a picture of him fighting with a Joe or just on his own or whatever, with all those tentacles moving around and kind of running and moving his arms, he'd make for one hell of a pretty cool video as well. These are the kinds of things that I'm talking about and I think about when I'm, thinking about playing around with those AI programs and making pictures and making videos out of them. I guess you can do so many things. I mean, for example, a mobile sport vehicle. Those wheels don't have any suspension or articulation, but you put that in a video and AI it up, or put that in a picture and AI it up, you can make it look however you want. It's all in the prompt. The prompts can be real long. I'm on an AI site where people do a lot of picture generation and stuff like that, and you wouldn't believe the beautiful pictures and videos that they can get just simply using very long and complicated prompts with various features of what they want weighted correctly. I advise you to read up on it and figure it out. I think this is going to affect our world. It's going to affect art, our hobby, and so many other things in so many different ways, both bad and good, that it's worth learning about. Enough said? Enough said. Okay, cool enough. So anyhow, some other pet peeves that I've had lately. I want to ramble a little more here. We got more than a few scammers out there lately. Dennis Hinman was back recently. You guys know who he is. He's probably the king of the scammers in the 1/6 scale hobby, the G.I. Joe hobby. And keep an eye out for these guys. It's usually pretty easy to tell if somebody's scamming. They demand they demand PayPal friends and family, and they just appear into a group and have all kinds of stuff and nobody's ever heard of them before. You need to watch it for these guys. They're out there, and they will get you if you're not careful. Even Hinman, he's been around for a long time, and he still gets people once in a while who don't know about him. Alright, I guess what also I'd like to talk about is a little bit more about the future of AI as it doesn't relate to G.I. Joe. Yeah, I want to go off topic a little bit. There's all these, a lot of people are kind of doomsaying, like, oh yeah, it's going to be, like, it can take over the world and destroy humanity. And you know what? If AI ever does achieve, artificial intelligence, I mean, we're talking Terminator, Skynet here, I mean, yeah. Could happen, but I'm pretty sure we're smart enough to put enough brakes on the thing, so that probably can't ever happen. And it also, I think, a lot of the fear mongering that I've seen lately comes down to just simply a fear of new technology. I'm 60 years old, and there's a lot of guys in my age bracket who are like, well, nah, I don't want to mess with that. That's, and that's fine. I mean, if you don't want to get into it and mess with it. I'm kind of techie headed, so, that kind of stuff really intrigues and interests me. So, that kind of attitude is pretty common. However, on the other hand, embrace technology and use it for what it's good for. It's nothing to be afraid of. And think of how it can help the world as well. I mean, with the aid of AI, doctors can do better diagnoses. People can write stories, songs, and music faster. That's one thing a lot of artists don't like. But what I say about that, it's not going to take over your jobs. It's just going to augment them. It's going to help you to do your creativity. I mean, you're the one who's putting the prompts into the AI, for example, if you make it write a song. that's your work. You're just using that AI to put it all together for you. So, I don't know. I'm rambling a lot here now. But that's how I see it. You know, it can be very good and it can be very bad. And there's no reason to be afraid of it. Is it going to take over the world? Well, hell, who knows? There's a lot of people out there who use AI companions for girlfriends and therapists and boyfriends and all other kinds of weirded out stuff. So it's like, you know, it could help people that way too. But then again, you get smart enough, who knows what will happen. I hope I live long enough to see it advance a little further anyhow. But, hey, it is what it is. So guys, I was going to go on and on and on for a while, but I know what? I'm running out of stuff to say about it. That's basically what I think. If you agree or if you disagree, you know, go ahead and put it down in the comments there, and I'll answer them, and we'll talk about it a little bit if you like. I encourage you to give it a try, just for pictures and animations, if nothing else. It's a lot of fun, and it's a pretty cool thing. Anyhow, you guys have a great night. Thanks very much for listening. Thanks very much for watching and putting up with my craziness. Y'all have a good night. Happy Sunday. And we'll see you again on another episode of Mike's Laboratory. Let's get them all back on duty, shall we?